It's the Third Street Podcast.
Are we live?
Welcome back to the Third Street Podcast. It's your boys from the 86th here to talk about some music and play a little trivia. Before we get started, check out our merch. Links in the bio of everything. Our band page, S in the 86th. You're listening to this podcast, the Third Street Podcast. It's everywhere. We got merch everywhere. Right here. Right here. Look at this. Look at this sexy bitch.
It's really good merch.
And his merch.
If you buy it, you can look just like me.
I hope that's not a deterrent. So
I don't hate it. We can do better. But I don't hate it.
Bibby Weasel.
Go first or second.
I don't know. The Groove Station.
You're all about the twos tonight.
I guess.
The Wheezy Bibs Groove Station.
Pale.
Great team. What?
Pale.
Okay, so you got we got Wheezy Bibs and B-holes. You guys are just sticking with the B-holes, huh?
For continuity.
Yeah, it's
The Pale Wheezy Bubs. PWB
it's one of the team names
Of all time.
of all time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, Wheezy Bibs, you guys are first. So, as always, we have your three album art categories, 1, 2, and 3 point. The 1 point only has one answer available, 2.2 answers, 3 point artist, album title, year. Music trivia, 1, 2, 3 points. They just are ranked easy to hard. Easiest question is number 1. Hardest is number 3. We're going to do the slow-mo songs again. They're all worth 2 points. There's artist and song.
Okay.
Are the 2 points available. And I made them a little, I picked songs that are a little easier. I thought last week's were easy, but you guys struggled with them. These ones are very easy. Then you have obscure music trivia. Can't remember what question I put for that one, so we'll see. And then, as always, if you guys are competitive enough to tie through the main game, we have a tiebreaker.
Okay.
That's
All right.
All
There
right.
you go.
Zach, you want to go ahead and pick our first question?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do album art. Down the middle, 2 points.
Yeah.
Album
start.
art, 2 points. 30 seconds. Starts now. So this album is titled Saturday Night Fever. I need the artist and the year.
It is the Bee Gees. The year is 1977.
I need to put
Yeah?
this up
I
Yeah.
support that.
because I actually don't know the year.
You don't have it on here?
Wow. Well, not without giving it away.
Mm.
So that's correct. It is the Bee Gees. It is 1977.
Damn.
Sick.
Wow,
Yes.
Zach. I'm impressed by that one, boy.
Oh, boy.
1977. So
I
that's
like the groove.
2 points for Wheezy Bibs. All right, B-holes, you guys are up.
Josh, what are you thinking?
I'm down for whatever, man. You
I
pick.
kind of want to do a, slow-mo songs B. Just pull that 2 points if we can.
Okay, that's fine.
He's
That's like my
what I
last
wouldn't have gone
category
with.
to pick.
All right. Well, let's go music trivia 2 points then.
Okay.
Music trivia, 2 points. We will start your timer. How many albums does Led Zeppelin have? This is studio albums. They have way more with your greatest hits and all the throwbacks, whatever. These are studio albums, Led Zeppelin.
I know they had like Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, maybe. And then I can think of like 2 others that weren't part of them. I don't know. I want to say like
I was going to say 7.
7. Let's do 7.
7, final guess, 7. 7 is incorrect. Wheezy Bibs, you guys got a steal for
I know
2
about
points.
Zeppelin 4.
Yeah, Zeppelin 4 is a thing. And Coda. I'm going to say 9 or 10. What do you think?
I'm saying 10.
Spit it.
10.
10.
10. 10 is also incorrect.
It's probably like 21, honestly.
There's
Eight.
eight full studio albums.
Right around
And
it.
that's why I had to reiterate, like with their greatest hits and their
Yeah.
like throwbacks and whatever.
That
there's
was
like
pretty close.
there's like
That was
enough
pretty
ones.
What's
close.
the one with the burning Zeppelin on the cover of it?
That one
The red
is
and black.
that's
one, isn't it?
Mothership. Isn't that a compilation?
No. The one with like black and white.
Oh,
It's
that's
like-
just Led
that's the
Zeppelin 1.
Is that Zeppelin one?
Mhm.
That's one.
God damn it!
All right, so that's a big old goose egg for everybody.
Wyatt, what are you feeling, man?
Back
You're,
to the
you're a
bibs.
goose egg.
Let's do slow-mo A.
Slow-mo A, huh?
Yeah, solid.
Okay.
How long do we get to listen to it? It's just like whatever
They'll
your
just
little
play a
clip is.
Yeah. Yep. I don't think it'll play, but it might. Yeah, okay. So slow-mo A is this one.
Crazy Train,
crazy. It's on-
Ozzy.
Yeah, cool.
It is. It is Crazy Train.
Zach beat me to it.
I just heard that.
Damn, we're down quick.
The vibra slaps.
Let's
The
do
vibra
album
slap
art for
got
3.
me there too.
Saucy.
Randy, baby.
All right. So that was B.
That was pretty doomy.
Bro, when the riff comes back slower and heavier, I'm like,
All right. So it is 4-0.
Album art 3.
Was that
Behold.
B or was that A? Making sure.
Oh, you're right. That was A.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. He said B earlier. Okay. You said album art 3 points.
Yep.
Okay. Album art for 3 motherfucking points. This is a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm sorry. Yeah. Artist title year.
Holy shit.
Run DMC 91. No, that's not that late. Let's go Run DMC 85. I have no idea the album
You got a guess
title.
for album title?
Self-titled.
Okay, Run DMC is correct. 85 and self-titled are incorrect. Wheezy Bibbs. Got anything?
I don't know, 88 Purple Haze.
Let's go 88 Purple Haze. Why
Okay.
not?
Incorrect. Run DMC
87.
is correct. It is Raising Hell, 1986. So
86.
close.
That's close.
Man,
So
85
close.
was
I
a
feel
good
bad.
guess.
I feel bad.
So
Damn it, Josh. I was so
If my
I know.
coworker Jim saw this, he would beat the fuck out of me.
That is
Be
not
Raising Hell?
Yeah,
not my.
he would.
That's not my alley.
yeah, I threw a different one in here. Yeah, I knew that one would be hard.
So you got a point.
You guys did. You guys were on the board.
Did
On
Amber know
board.
that one?
She didn't see
Why? What do you want to do? Do
It's
you
your
want to do
turn,
another
man.
slow
It's your
mo?
turn.
Let's do another slow mo. Just B.
Be the slow mo guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slow mo B. Let's find this little puppy in here.
Damn.
That is this one.
Oh my god.
Come on, Wyatt. I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, would you just let me think about it?
Jesus Christ.
It's Nirvana, right?
Yeah, it smells like Teen Spirit.
Thank you. I always
Damn,
skip
maybe we should have
Smells
done
Like
the
Teen
slow
Spirit.
songs.
It is.
I always skip Smells Like
I
Teen
know.
Spirit when
Let's
I
do the
listen
last
to
slow-mo
Nevermind
one, I guess.
because I know that
And it's
Kurt
gonna be
didn't
the
like
whole
that
time.
I know.
song.
Yeah, it
Right.
was the publicity.
He doesn't like that song, or at
Gig.
least he didn't, and so I don't listen to
Alright,
it.
we're down 6.
Fair enough.
That was nice.
We
Yeah.
gotta start winning some.
It is 6-1.
Jesus Christ.
I told you the slow mo songs I made them very easy. I told you that.
All right, we're going slow-mo number 3.
Mambo number 5.
Wait.
That would be hilarious.
If they're
that was
going to
it.
pick it again, and they're probably going to get it. So we might as well take it off the board, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Slow.
If it is Mambo number 5, do you get 5 points?
No,
I'm
Yeah.
still 2 points. Okay. Number 3 is
Stained.
No.
Is it?
No. This is
Alice in Chains.
No. This is Soundgarden.
Oh yeah. Black Hole Sun.
Yep.
Damn.
You are right. It is.
Those were 3 killer song choices for
Black
this.
Hole Sun.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Slow and still.
So that, you cut the lead in half. It's 6-3.
All right, Josh, we gotta start stealing, buddy.
Yep.
All right. Wheezy Bibbs, it's your guys'.
Let's have album art for one.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, fuck off.
album art. 1 point. Which one was this? I can't remember if it
Probably
was.
the hardest one.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know this.
The way I
It's a
turned
Creed
it.
album.
Well, the
Title.
album came
I
out.
just need the title.
Oh, the title? Damn
Yeah.
it.
Do you know it?
My sacrifice?
No,
No, what is it? What is it?
I don't know.
Why? What is it?
I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
It's like, any help?
I don't know
Uh,
if the year would have helped you guys, but
Nah.
I did
Tree
not
of
get
Life.
the
Tree
year.
of Life? I don't know. What's it called?
It's called Weathered.
Yep,
Well,
Tree of Life
you
is
know-
incorrect. Weathered is correct for the Steel 2001.
Attaboy, Josh.
Well, there you go.
Y'all deserve that one.
Do we want one more and let them take that 3-point music obscure trivia,
Like-
or do we want to
like-
try?
You want to bank on them not knowing the obscure one?
Well, there's
Oh, there's a 3-point music trivia.
3-point, yeah. Yeah, try that one.
The 3-point music trivia?
Yep.
Okay.
music trivia, 3 points. This would
Get a
take,
steal,
you'd take
Wyatt.
the lead.
That's true.
Take the lead.
You could take the lead. All right. What band's debut album was titled "Can't Buy a Thrill"? It's tough, but when you hear the answer, you're gonna.
Is it Guns?
No. Guns' first album was Appetite for Destruction.
Okay,
I want to say Aerosmith.
Is that you feel comfy
No,
with that?
I don't know. I don't know.
You got
You don't
5
think it's
seconds.
AC/DC?
It's not AC/DC.
Okay,
either.
all right, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith is not correct.
Fuck.
I have a guess, unless Zach knows the answer.
What's your
That
guess?
was
Van
a
Halen.
question that we did a while back. Aerosmith
It's
was self-titled.
it's not Van Halen.
Tough.
That's a hard question.
I'm gonna go with. You think the Doors?
I don't think so.
No.
But we'll go with your guess, because my only
I
guess
mean-
is not.
How about ZZ Top? ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
Wait, that was a question too. ZZ Tops was self-titled. It's Steely Dan.
Why didn't I know that?
That's a hard question.
Yeah,
a
well,
toughie.
it was
That's
worth 3
old music
points. It
now.
was. It was.
But I
He's
listen.
not a Steely Dan guy.
I love
Me
Steely
neither.
Dan.
Steely Dan's a good band.
They rule. I love Asia. That's my favorite album. But
Yeah.
All right, there are 4 points available.
Give us the easy trivia.
Listen to Asia.
You guys are only up 3 points.
I know that. We could be
Oh.
up 4 points.
You could be,
Do you?
you could be up 4.
What do you
Let's
think?
try the obscure.
I was just going to say
Oh
the
no,
one.
no, you guys are
All
only
right,
up
do
2
the one.
Points. Yeah, it's
You guys
4
are
to
only up 2
6.
points.
Let's just do the. Wait, it's 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do
The music trivia because
I don't think
obscure
they'll
is
get
gonna
the
be hard.
obscure. I don't think they'll get it.
I don't know, man. It could be easy.
I don't know it.
Okay,
Okay, music trivia 1. Yep.
music trivia, 1 point. What Nirvana album is Heart-Shaped Box on?
utero.
He's correct.
It is.
Damn.
It is
Damn.
That's easy.
So we could still tie.
in your uterus.
Yeah, we could tie and then go to a tiebreaker. That would be
You
exciting,
could.
actually.
It is 4-7. There is 1 category left. 3 points available. It is the obscure music trivia. This is the only band to play all 7 continents in 1 year.
Including Antarctica. That's crazy.
Antarctica?
Ooh.
I have my guess, but all 7 continents in 1 year.
Only band to ever do it.
I have a guess, but Kaleo.
Did they play Antarctica?
I think they did.
Oh,
All right.
You want to go with that?
Yeah.
Unless you have a better guess.
Nope.
Let's go with that.
Kaleo.
It is not Kaleo.
So, I have a guess.
Send
They're-
it. It's
they're
probably
le-
as good as mine.
Their lead singer is a pilot, and they have a giant plane. I'm gonna go with Iron Maiden.
Wrong.
Damn it.
Yeah,
What is it?
it's Metallica.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, and it was
I remember this.
it was the Hell
Yes.
they called it the
Hell
Hell Freezes
Freezes
Over
Over
tour because they played in Antarctica. They
Oh,
played to
that's
100
stupid.
people at the Antarctica air base that they landed at.
And didn't they have to everyone wore headphones because they didn't want to disturb like the glaciers and stuff?
Oh, I didn't read that much into it. But
Yeah.
That's
Damn it.
cool, though. That's cool.
I knew that shit. God damn it.
That's
We got
You know what?
beat
Kaleo,
handily.
Calio, however you say their name, they like do that shit though. They like travel they played in a volcano. They played
That's
in like
insane.
they film all of it too. It's badass.
Also, I like Kaleo.
Yeah, they're
they're
a
cool
great
band.
band.
I don't think we beat y'all that bad. That was pretty competitive, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
10-4.
Yeah.
What
beat
was
us.
the
No, it wasn't. It wasn't 10-4. It was 7-4.
6-4?
7.
No,
6 to 10.
We got one.
No, 6-4, and
then
got
we
the
got the
music
one.
trivia right, which was 7-4.
Right.
And they stole. Oh no, they didn't.
We didn't steal.
You're right.
7
So-
7-4.
And it's 7
Out of curiosity, what is the tiebreaker?
You know,
I think he's trying to hold him back.
Trying to save him?
no, they're really easy to come up with. The original Brooklyn Bowl in Brooklyn, New York. It's a famous music venue and bowling alley. What is the max capacity of this venue? They're just numerical, so they're easy to come up with.
800.
It's also bowling alley.
800's a good guess, I think.
So they're going with 800.
2,500.
I'm gonna say 1750.
It doesn't really matter. It's 2,000.
Wow. I just figured bowling alley.
And that's the gauntlet. Train
Oh,
beer.
You know what? I can play you the song.
Try
actually.
beer.
I could. But we'll
Well,
Don't take me alive, man.
while we're here, Jonchi, why don't you introduce the record?
Okay. So the album we listened to this week or these past couple weeks was Mammoth II by Mammoth WVH, Wolfgang Van Halen. And what did you guys think?
I'm glad you put that in there because I
Fair.
was going to ask what WVH meant.
Well, I know what it meant, and I'm annoyed by it.
That he put his name in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty numb.
Just
Because
call it
Mammoth is a cool name.
Yeah, hell
That's
yeah.
actually a
And their
complaint.
logo is really cool too.
That's a complaint I have. And I think it's
I know why
to
he did
make
it.
sure that people hear the Van Halen name.
Yes,
right. But even I get that too, but it's still WVH. It's like you wouldn't know it was Van
I did-
Halen.
I didn't know it.
Close to EVH. I mean, like
It's on
guitar
an album cover.
guitar nerds are gonna hear WVH and be like,
Right.
But here's the thing too though, is they're his records. Like he recorded
oh,
all the instrumentation, all the drums, all the bass, all the guitars, all the vocals,
Yeah.
the keyboards. It's all him.
Which
dude is nuts.
crazy.
Absolutely mind blowing. Like
I mean, he was raised by one of the greatest musicians of our time.
Also, his uncle is
One of the most
considered
killer
one of the
drummers.
greatest drummers, rock drummers of all time.
Yeah. He
Like-
comes from a good long line of pure line.
Like Alex
of
rips,
rock.
dude. Fucking Alex rips. Imagine what their Christmases were like. Like,
just
little.
like they eat and then like
what
let's
is
jam.
what is like?
I mean, he literally went on tour with them, you know? He
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Wolfgang probably, like his dad probably got him a drum set for his 7th birthday, and Alex had to be there, right? I mean, they're brothers,
And
and he's just like, here, do this. And he's like, this
Totally.
is how you play fucking Hot for Teacher. You know, like
well, yeah.
that's crazy shit.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I mean, no, it's funny to me that you're just talking about the drums, but his dad was literally Eddie Van Halen.
yeah.
I know it.
Yes. So,
But I'm a
like,
drummer.
So he learned right. I know, I get it.
But,
But like,
there's literally videos, like home videos that he put in one of his music videos the song that was a tribute for his dad. I think it was like the first song that came out for Mammoth or whatever.
Right.
Right
Like on the first
after-
album?
Uh,
Or this new album?
I think it was a single. I think it was before the first album.
It was called Mr. Ed or whatever. Is that the
No,
one?
not that one. It was Distance. The song
Oh,
Distance.
Yeah.
But the music video to that is actually just like I can't watch it, and like, dude, I get something in my eye every time. It's pretty hard. Dusty contacts, and but yeah, it's just like home videos of like him literally being an infant and Eddie having him in his lap and playing guitar in front of him.
Yeah.
And it's just like that kid was listening to crazy ripping, just like riffs since he was a month old.
Yeah.
You
Which
know,
is such a cool part about this Mammoth 2 record is that, like, it's Eddie Van Halen's fucking son.
and it
obviously.
shows the guy can play.
Oh, he
Dude.
rips. But it's funny to see, like, he grew up in our same generation. There's so much punk influence in this record. Like, there genuinely isn't a lot of, like, Van Halen influence in this new record. Outside of, like,
Right.
the solos are like, well, yeah, obviously your dad
Just, like,
was Eddie
tapping
Van
and
Halen.
stuff that
yeah,
comes in.
I
yeah.
heard it in the tapping,
Right.
licks, right?
But-
But that's it.
Tapping and a few
d-
of the like
Yeah.
speed picking runs. I was like, okay, well, Ed showed him that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's by design, though. Like, he said multiple times, like, he doesn't want to be, like,
Van Halen
a
2.0.
Van Halen,
Right.
you know, just playing Van Halen covers and doing that
and
shit.
it's funny hearing, like, the distinct, like, that kid listened to Green Day. That kid listened to Blink.
Right.
Like, that was his big influences. And so it's cool to hear Eddie Van Halen's son pulling, like, still influences, like, minor influences from his dad.
Yeah,
And then creating new, like, punk-esque. Some of it's just straight rock and roll, but
Yeah.
some of it does have some pretty cool punk. Does he do all the bass too?
Everything.
I believe so.
Every
He's-
single thing on the album is him.
Yeah, one thing
Wow.
about it
I
all
didn't know
is it's
that.
very musically technical and musically sound, and not just in that like he can play crazy riffs or like things that other people can't play. I actually think he can, but I think he's more melodic than that. I don't think he just goes out of his way to play crazy riffs. But as far as like the composition of the music, like, I mean, all the key changes, he goes from major to minor and minor to major and stuff like that. I mean, I listen to it and I just like eat that up because I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. There's a lot of that, and you can tell that he was musically trained his whole life.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, were both Van Halen brothers musically trained, or were they like?
I mean,
self-taught?
they're so his grandfather. He comes from a whole line of musicians. His grandfather, Eddie's dad, was a concert clarinetist,
Okay.
and like he was amazing at it. He wanted Eddie to kind of follow in his footsteps and be like a classical musician, and Eddie never learned a note of sheet music from what I've heard. I mean, maybe, like a little thing.
Well, he doesn't
But-
play guitar. Like
I'm sure
it
he
sounds
picked
like
something
learned
up
it.
coming from that.
He
family,
picked
yeah.
something up from that, but he was one of those guys that just like, there's stories that he just like stayed up for 12 hours all night,
Yeah.
whatever, and just played his guitar and got really good at it.
Well, there's something that comes from the soul when you listen to a guy like that. Like, there's something that you just can't teach.
Well, and his dad, I'm sure, was practicing all the time too. So.
And I do hear that in this new record, Mammoth 2. Especially the fact that he's playing every instrument is insane.
It's wild.
Yeah. So there's elements of it that I really like, and then
Like
there's a
that-
few things that
That's the coolest fact
Es-
about
es-
this.
Especially
but
because
that's like
it-
Dave Grohl on steroids.
But it's
Dave
like-
Grohl couldn't have done that shit.
None of it is like phoned in. Like, it's like all technical, like
Yeah.
really cool shit
Also-
on every
Yeah,
instrument.
but that it makes more sense to me now that I know that he played everything. Makes way more sense that he put WVH in
Right.
And also, it's actually kind of funny because, like, the band, I mean, they're sponsored by
his guitars,
his company.
amps. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like WVH is sponsored by EVH, and like the whole band, they all have EVH guitars and 5150s, and it's just
So
funny
does he
to watch.
have a band that plays behind him?
Yeah.
then?
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually seen their rig rundowns, and they're all playing
But he
Wolfgang
records
guitars.
the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I wonder how his band feels about that.
I'm sure they're fine with it. They're getting probably paid
Yeah,
pretty good.
I'm sure
He's
he's.
just like,
I'm
I'm
sure.
better than
I'm
all
sure
of
they're
you
doing
and
all
all
right.
this, so
Yeah.
he's like, you're a good bassist, but I'm better.
Right.
No, he probably wrote it all before.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might not even be that. It might be, he's that artistic and that creative, and he's like, I want to do this. And
Yeah.
if his bass player's like, well, I have a problem with that, he's like, well, I know this other guy that plays bass.
Yeah. And it could just be a thing too, where it's not a permanent band.
Right?
Huh?
This is his third project, right?
Third project. Like his albums that he's released. It's
Yeah.
only his second one.
But didn't he do singles before?
I think all the singles that he put out were
he
on
put
the
on
album.
Mammoth, the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a good possibility that everything up to this point that we've heard has been ideas he's had for a very long time, or stuff he's been working on. So like these songs he's been working and compiling on in probably his own personal really nice home studio.
Right.
And these songs got thrown together.
Also a super convenient part about being
But if he plays
Van Halen.
Yeah.
but if he plays on the road with these guys for a while and really develops an actual band, I'm sure there's a way they might make it onto a future album.
Right.
It's probably like his material, He just
And I'm sure he doesn't have a problem finding very talented musicians to play his shit.
I mean, they can find studio musicians left and right.
right.
Yeah.
They have them.
So to get into, more in depth about this actual album and not just Wolfgang.
Right.
I was pretty blown away with some of the, almost all of the transitions within the songs. What's the first song on the album?
Right.
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 Right?
I wanted to say Pride, but yeah, right.
Right?
You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I get what you'd consider the chorus in it.
Mm-hmm.
It gets so big
Mm-hmm.
there for like just one note, and then comes back down.
Comes back down. Yeah.
And then, but that like production, it gets so big to where it's like it feels like this massive chorus, and they do it for like a second, and then
Yeah.
come back, and they do it again, and that was one of the songs that I listened to a dozen times because that chorus part of it is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The production. I thought the production was interesting on this album. It's like a very like dry mix. Like it's
Ooh,
very
I have a
thought
lot to
that.
say about that.
yeah.
When I was listening to it in the car on my way to DIA today, I thought that it was like, when you're working at a restaurant, maybe if any of you guys have worked at restaurants where you like put your phone inside of like a 6-pan or something like that, or like you put your phone in a cup or something that to
totally.
change the.
Kind of amplify.
That's
it,
what
just-
it felt like listening to it in my car. Is like I was listening to it through a cup or something like that.
Also, the vocals are very down in the mix of the rest of the music.
It's very guitar forward.
It
Yeah.
is,
Of course it is.
But, well, I wouldn't even say that. The drums are as loud as the guitars are. Everything in the mix is mixed very well except the vocals. And it's like he intentionally, like maybe he's self-conscious about the vocals, maybe.
Which is weird because he's got a good voice.
I
does.
didn't think. I mean,
I think it
They-
was just enveloping the vocals. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't a bad
I would agree that the vocals are maybe like a step behind, in like mix wise, but not to where it's like, man, the vocals just didn't come through. I mean, I've listened to albums that are like pretty shittily mixed, where the vocals don't come through, or like it's and I didn't get that vibe at all.
Right.
I mean, they're still. I didn't have any trouble hearing his vocals or whatever, but yeah, it isn't like the peak, of the sound.
It just doesn't cut through super
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
I know. I've been like taking notes on like every album we're talking about, like every song, like what I don't like and don't like about it, and every song I was like, cool. This is a cool fucking song. The last song on this album was like the one I didn't really like that much. I didn't really care for the riff and the
I agree.
vocals.
Yep.
Every other song, I was like, this is a cool fucking song.
So my biggest my thumb down on this record is I hate how pushed back the vocals are in the recording. A lot of times when I'm listening to this record, I thought it was strictly in the car, and then we were hanging out the other night, and I put it on, and I was like, oh no, it's not. I can't really understand what he's saying that well. Which is an obvious, like, that's not what he's pushing.
Right.
But I would like a little more vocals. Other than that, I think the record's fucking great. I would have mixed it a little differently, but
Yeah.
I think the mix needs to be a little more saturated, maybe. Does my opinion really matter compared to, like, Eddie Van Halen's son? Probably not that much.
Right.
I just wish it wasn't so, like...
It's a weird mix.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I have my gripe with not only the album, just like, I mean, his material in general. It's all very good. It's all well polished and well thought out music. I don't think the music itself is ever going to reach as many people as it could. And the reason being is I think that him being who he is, I hate saying this, in a way it helps him. I mean, he's definitely going to reach more people than anybody he would have before. But, like, because of who he is, being Eddie Van Halen's son, and how he plays guitar, and he plays EVH gear, it's like his band is kind of like, it's geared totally towards guitarists.
Right.
And people who appreciate guitar-heavy rock music. And
I wouldn't say that, though.
But I
he
feel
drums like a motherfucker.
Right. Okay, cool. Drummers too. But I'm saying that, like, the music could totally be reached by a lot larger of a spectrum of people than just musicians. But I feel like this is one of those artists that only other musicians are going to listen to.
I kind of feel that. I hear what Zach is saying. It's like anybody can turn on Van Halen and jam to it. Right.
Right.
It's like
my
construction
dad,
workers,
you know?
your dad, my dad, all of our dads for surely. Right? But if you're not, like, technically proficient on the guitar yourself or some kind of musician, you might not like this that much because it's
just not geared towards you.
as like,
or you won't even listen to it.
it's not as palatable to the general populace as, like, Van Halen tracks.
But I kind of dig it about that. Like,
I think it would be palatable, though. I just don't think it's ever going to be marketed that way.
I heard that.
I get what you're saying, but I'm struggling to, like, connect with it. Because I listened to this whole album several times and loved it and had no fucking idea that it was Eddie Van Halen's son.
right.
But you're a musician.
Fair enough. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I just listened to this and I think it's like an EVH ad.
What I hear
I don't
you
know about that.
saying when you said that, I heard that you don't think.
I don't think bigger audiences are ever going to, not that they're not into it, but I don't think they're ever going to have the opportunity because I think it's geared towards guitar nerds.
I think what you're really saying is that his weak point in his songwriting is he's not as commercially appealing.
No,
he's not as catchy. He doesn't
That's
have
what
like
I'm trying to
he doesn't
say.
have like big hooks.
That's
or
exactly
hooky
what I'm
enough
saying.
hooks.
I think the
to
music
draw
is.
in.
I think the music's good.
That might be a fair statement.
So,
Josh.
okay. So if you think the music's good,
I just don't think he's ever going to reach, like, okay,
The
people who
masses
listened
like his
to
dad?
Pearl Jam in the early 90s, they weren't just guitarists. I think this is one of those bands that just guitarists are going to listen to.
I don't. It doesn't really matter if
I
we
don't know.
agree on that point or not.
I hope
but
not.
So
I hope
vocally,
not.
lyrically, I would agree with Zach. But as a drummer, so maybe Zach's specifically talking towards the musician in all of us. That is like musicianship. This record's amazing.
So, well, that would make sense. What Josh is saying is that because it's more musically technical and appealing to musicians, because it doesn't really have like the big catchy hooks, the big marketable hooks and stuff. That's what's missing from it.
Yeah.
But you know,
It's also only his second album,
Fair enough.
and he's still writing it all by himself. You know,
Totally.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It sounds
has to be
amazing.
a bit
I
of
hope
a
that more people
downfall
do listen to
in
it.
general.
Totally, yeah, because it's hard to figure out what could be better about the song. if
I
you're
think
not
I
collaborating
think
with
the
anyone.
songs
Well,
are
like-
all great.
Yeah,
If
I
we're talking
mean,
how does a single person write a song and then you like put it in the dynamic of a band? It really helps if like I have a hook and I'm like, Josh, I have a hook. This is how this goes. And then Wyatt goes like, hey, also, I've got this fucking bass line that would go with that hook. And then Zach goes like this. What about this lead over that? Like, that helps so
Right.
much.
I love collaborating with other people and getting their input and stuff. It is also a feat in and of itself to write a full complete album by yourself.
So insane. Let's compare it to the first Foo Fighters record.
I don't know if that's fair.
This is cool shit.
Yeah.
This
It
is really
is.
cool shit.
It's really cool. This is a difference I see between him and Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl, even though he wasn't really known nobody really knew who the Foo Fighters were at first, they all caught on pretty quickly. Dave Grohl was a superstar in his own right, and Wolfgang is amazing, and he writes incredible music. And one thing I hope doesn't happen to his career is hopefully he doesn't live in the shadow of his dad forever.
That's why I think you should take the fucking WVH off
Right.
the Mammoth. The
Right.
Mammoth is sick.
Yeah.
It sucks because Van Halen's literally his last name.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
But that doesn't suck at all.
No, it doesn't. But I'm saying that
If one of you guys, your
It-
last name was Van Halen, like we'd be pretty fucking rocking crowd.
Hey, I'm
you know?
saying
Like,
I'm saying the views would be great, and the album sales from just like notoriety and people listening to you because you're Van
Hey,
Halen's
so
son
for-
is great at
for
first.
somebody being the son of Eddie Van Halen.
It sucks because
It's a great
they'll always
fucking
call him
record.
Van
Yeah.
Halen's son. You know.
Yeah, and that's something that.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you ever get away from that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just
No, but you got to find your own, and I think he is.
I think
he
he's
definitely has.
forging
He
his
doesn't
own
sound. He
path.
doesn't. He doesn't sound like a
For sure.
Ed
Yeah, so-
Van Halen cover. Yeah.
okay. I got two things. First, I'm starting to think that Zach is just a Wolfgang Van Halen hater.
I'm not. I like him. I
I'm
just hope he
kidding.
doesn't
I'm
live in
kidding.
his dad's shadows.
We got him.
Well, but here's the. I mean, Zach is like the biggest Eddie Van Halen fan. that
I know.
I'm
I'm just
One of.
he's
There's-
he's just been very
others.
critical
Zach's like,
of
"You
the
can say
fact that it's Eddie Van Halen's son.
No, I think. Well, I hate that he's known as Eddie Van Halen's son.
Well, he is Eddie Van Halen's son.
Right, but that's the. But that's the.
He should have
like-
put WVH on.
But I'm saying
I
that's
think
the
Zach
only
wishes
reason.
he was Eddie Van Halen's son.
I'm saying that's like the only reason people will turn on his music.
My favorite tracks on the album were "Take a Bow,"
So good.
"Miles Above Me,"
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was a good one.
"Like a Pastime," and "I'm All Right."
Yep, me too. Those are exactly my favorite ones.
Was Like a Pastime? Was that the one that comes in with the driving kick?
Mm-hmm.
I like that song a lot.
Yeah.
I did appreciate that. None of the songs really sounded similar. You know, I mean,
The only one.
sounded similar, but
He was good at shifting.
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, he had
Right.
he had creative intros on each song. He had
I agree with that, except for the one thing that got me was "Miles Above Me."
Okay,
And
that's
then-
one of my favorite songs on the record. But
I stand corrected.
Those are the only two riffs that kind of sounded similar.
How far away are they in the?
They're 3 songs away from each other.
Okay, well,
But that song,
one.
first time I listened to the album, that second song came on, and I was like, "Is this the same song?" And then I was like, "Oh, no, this is a different song."
Yeah.
But other than that, you're right. It's all very like all over the place. There's a lot of influence.
also, hey, we
I
can't
heard
just.
90s grunge in a lot of it.
Yeah.
90s grunge,
Like
Well-
some like Soundgarden-esque,
yeah.
like guitar-wise.
Mhm.
His dad did like teach all of those guys.
He has some cool riffs.
Yeah.
There's some cool riffs in the album.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go really quick. Why you sent me somewhere and now I can't get it.
I'm sorry, baby.
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean it.
I forgot it already.
Come back upstairs.
All right.
I'll get a little
Final
kissy,
thoughts?
kissy,
Yeah,
smoochy,
final
smoochy.
thoughts.
I had one more. I thought every song gave me like a little bit of angst, waiting for it to get heavier. It sounds like some
like he wants to
like
get heavier.
yeah, like hybrid heavy stuff.
Yeah.
That
It's
there's
like
in-
periphery before
Me
the
too,
screaming
and,
happens.
and then Take a Bow came on, and that's where I was like, all right, bitch.
Yeah,
let's
but
go.
even then, it wasn't like it didn't fulfill that angst in it. And
Right.
I don't think he meant. I mean, I don't think he was meaning to be heavy. I mean, because
But there are some heavy parts in that song.
Yeah. What if-
or on the album.
What if
yes,
the
yeah.
whole goal of the album is to entice children into death metal?
I mean, it.
I hope it is.
It made me
I don't know.
want. I listened to some really heavy shit right after I listened to that album because I was like, it.
This is not doing it. No, but it
Not that it wasn't doing it, but
was good.
Yeah, it was like the build up to something that gets really heavy.
It could have
and
gotten
just-
heavier.
And
It still
I mean, it did get heavier and it had like a resolution, but it didn't go heavy. You know,
he
it went
didn't do no screamy
like
screams.
rock. It went rocking.
No rars.
Final thoughts are, I guess, I would ask you guys. Are we going to do the thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yeah.
Thumbs halfway?
yeah.
Yep.
Here we
3
go.
options: up, 50, 0. 1, 2, 3.
Not your dad. Joking.
Dude, I'm giving it a bit. I'm giving it a double.
Half. 1, 2.5, 3, 4.5 out of 5.
Damn, you were a half.
Half.
You didn't even say your like your qualms about it.
Dude,
Yeah, I
his
did.
bass was sick as fuck in that. Where did you miss? Where did you miss
Happy.
it? What missed it for
I'm just
you?
gonna start cutting Wyatt out of this.
What?
No,
What?
I'm interested. What missed it for you?
I don't know. It just feels like I've heard it 100,000 times,
Really?
man. You know what I mean? That's probably my biggest issue with it.
You don't think it's that original?
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like, are there good songs in it? Like riffs that I remember? Yeah, sure. But like we made the comparison to the first Foo Fighters record. There's songs on there I can remember the chorus. I can't remember the chorus of any of these songs, and I listened to them a bunch.
So you're not strictly listening to bass lines. You're listening to hooks.
Of course, I'm listening to hooks.
Yeah, that's kids.
That is the downfall of the album.
That's a very important part about writing music and getting popularity. Hooks. You got to have the hook.
So yeah, hate to be a Debbie Downer, but half.
We got to have one.
Those good old
We gotta
hookers
have
are
one.
pretty good.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It went into my Spotify playlist.
It's really good.
That was a
It-
good vote
It
overall in the
it
band.
made my
4.5
drive
out of
go
5.
away.
I
You know
get
what I
I
mean?
get why it's point. I do. Because it's really good music.
It's like Zach said something earlier that really resonated with me. Because Zach said,
I'll give it a full thumb
Zach
still.
said that like there's lots of bands that are making music like this right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that was my biggest issue.
Fair. Fair.
I wonder if anybody listens to our podcast and go, "Well, those guys sound like those guys are hypocrites. They sound like
Sure.
just like all kinds of other bands."
Yeah,
I'm sure there are.
there are. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I say to those guys? Fuck you guys.
But you know what? I'll show my wiener. I'll show my small wiener.
Do it.
All right, so Josh picked the album. It's a great album. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I truly love doing this with you guys because, I mean, so far I've been introduced to 4 or 5 bands that I've never listened to, that I've forced myself to sit down and listen to and enjoyed them.
It's pretty sweet.
I love it. Speaking of new music, or maybe not new music, but influencing, not influencing, what's the word? Introducing us to new music. Josh will have a recommended song to listen to this week.
I just found it right now as you were talking.
Because you forgot to do it earlier.
Yep. This band I just discovered this year, they're also a newer band-ish. They have like 2 albums, but they're just now starting to gain traction. They're called Avoid, and they have this song that's really good. It's called Can't Take This Away.
Can't Take This Away
Check
by
it out.
Avoid.
All right.
Don't avoid it. Listen to it.
I was just gonna say that.
Let's go.
We love you guys.
Yeah, we'll be back sometime in the future.
Peace.
Bye-bye, Tannen.
Bye-bye, Tannen.
Bye-bye, Tannen.
We love you all.
You can't take this away. You can't take this away. I got a feeling like I'm going too off the wall. It's kind of funny how the people around you love to want to fall. Pushing 90 and it still isn't fast enough. Checking the mirror, always